Hi everyone, it's Tamika again, and this is episode 8 of Purple Georgia Knits video craft blog. I am back to craft blog again. This will be a short episode, so let's get it. Okay. Past few weeks, I haven't really been into anything knit-wise. I've been very busy, but I did manage to finish half of a project. That's a pair of socks. I finished one of the socks for that pair, and that was the pair that I was doing in the previous video. So I have that to show you, and I also have a new project that I casted on to show you. And I'm also talk about some paper earrings that I made. They're very simple and easy, and anybody could do it. And a find that I found at Michael's in the clearance aisle. So, first things first, you can catch me on Ravelry.com, yes, as Purple Georgia Knit, no S. And you can catch me on Instagram as Purple Georgia Knits with the S. That's pretty much the social media that I use. I do not have a Facebook. I do have a personal Pinterest, and that is found by my name if you all are interested. It has a bunch of funny, geeky, girly, and K-pop stuff. Yes, I am a grown woman into K-pop. If you don't know, don't ask, because if you fall down the spiral that is called K-pop, there is no return. So, beware. But back on the knitting tip. The sock that I was knitting last week was knitting on size, started off on size 1 US DPNs, and then that's with the cuff, and then I moved to size 2 DPNs for the rest of the sock. And that was knitted on Patons Croy sock in the blue striped rag colorway, and this is the yarn. Patons Croy. And this is the name. Oh, sorry. Let me move that out of the way. Blue striped rag. And I am in love with this because it does all the work for you. It's pretty much a self-striping sock yarn. Yes. So, and I knitted the cuff, heel, and toe with the leftover bits of the Heterfude wool light gray, cool gray. So, this is my sock. These were originally, well, no, they weren't. The other pair that I did were. But this were for me. But I had intentions of knitting my husband's socks, and he's so weird about his feet that he didn't even want me to do it. So, this is the sock. And I started here with the size 1 and moved on down. Fish Lips Kiss. I love that heel, even though it's pretty much the only heel that I know since I'm a new sock knitter. But this is Fish Lips Kiss and down to the toe. And it's a rounded toe. Okay. Most socks have that square. That don't tend to fit me well, so my toes I have a wide foot, so I do my toes a little rounded. And this pattern basically was a morph, I guess, or a little snippet of the Rose City, because I use the toe for that, but pretty much I cast it on 1.5. This is no pattern, but I cast it on 1.5 inches for the cuff on size US 1. knitted about another 1.5 until you get to the heel. Did the heel, and then knitted all the way down to about 7.5 from the heel point, and then went for the toe. So that's one sock done, guys, and I love it. I can't wait to start wearing it. I am wearing all my other ones. They're in heavy rotation. It's pretty much like my earrings. I only wear earrings that I made. Like, I have these buttons. I made those. So I'm not trying to be a snob, but my mantra, if you can't buy it, you make it. So pretty much so in my life, most of the time I can't buy it, I'll figure out how to make it, and that's pretty much it. I did cast on the cuff for the second sock, and that's in progress. I'm almost ready to start working with the other yarn, maybe a few more rows, and then I'll be working on the actual sock part of this pattern. So that's how far on the second sock. And the first sock is done. And I will have a pair of socks soon. And that is in the bag that I made, Japanese knot bag that I made a while back. And that's the inside. It's reversible. And then you take the arm. I actually had enough material for this. And didn't have to put a grommet hole in it like the other one. And I carry that when I'm at the baseball games. I close it up like this, put it on my arm, and it's easy for the yarn to come through, and I can be walking around, cheering, whatever, at the games, at the grocery store, wherever, with my socks. I pretty much take a project with me wherever I go. So, that is the first finished object. I kind of neglected my Zilver Shawl. I didn't put any progress on it, but I will show you how far I got so far. Oh, yes, I did. The last video I was upset because I missed the pattern repeat on the other half of the shawl. So I did fix it, and I did knit some on it, and I got further than where I was because I was here. I was here. So I'm here now. So yeah, I was basically, no, I take it back. I was here on this row, and I found out that when I got to the other side that I didn't have this row, so I had to pull it all back out. I pulled all the way back out till I got to this point and started all that back up and knitted this. So far, this is my beautiful Zilver that I got, and this is out of Malibri Gold Sock yarn. This is in the Arco Iris colorway, and the colors are turning out really beautiful, and I can't wait to get this one done as well. I've become a shawl girl since I've started knitting like hardcore, and these are on my Knitter's Pride Trends. This is US size 8, and I love my Knitter's Pride. Reason being, I bought my very first set of knitting needles were boy interchangeables, and I found them really cheap. And then I had a 50% off coupon because they were already marked down. Had a 50% off coupon, so I literally ended up paying no more than like, I want to say almost like $25 for a whole interchangeable set of knitting needles when they were valued or normally priced at like $80. So I went running, start the car. Yeah, so I found those needles, and I was an amateur knitter at the time. I didn't have any knitting needles other than some that I have gotten from a lady. I do free cycle. When I started out doing free cycle, I put a notice out there, new to knitting, I want to learn. I need some yarn and needles, and the lady was so generous. She gave me this big old totes container of her old knitting needles and scrap yarn. That was a wonderful thing. It got me through the whole beginning stages of, You know, I had enough scraps, and I even had like skeins of just different colors and colors, white, but it was all acrylic. And that's fine. I'm an acrylic girl. I love acrylic yarn. But then I found those needles at the Michaels in my area, and the difference between the boy and these is the join and the cable. I guess they say you get what you pay for. I didn't pay a whole lot for these, but they are a better quality than the boy knitting needles. These are acrylics, the acrylic tips, and then they have the metal join, and the join is smooth. The yarn does not get caught in the joint. On those boy, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry for the pause. My daughter came home, so I had to let her in. Okay, back to what I was saying about the join on the Knitter's Pride. It's a smooth join. I mean, the yarn does not catch at all, but on the boy, it used to split my yarn where the join was, and because of the tip being acrylic, the whole tip was acrylic, and when you turned it onto the screw, it started to curl. That tore up my yarn, and I pretty much never use those knitting needles at all. I do have some fixed point boy knitting needles. Don't have to worry about the yarn catching because it's fixed point. It's, there's no joins or anything to catch on. But maybe later on I'll be trying to get rid of those to whoever wants them. But so far, yes, this is my progress on my Zilver Shawl. I'm proud of it. I'm happy now that I fixed it. And I will give some attention here soon to it. I haven't given any attention to it in the past few weeks. But that is my second work in progress. My third, or my first work in progress, and this is my second. I came across this pattern on Yarnspiration. Yarnspiration is basically Patons. It was on the label for the sock yarn. And I went on the website and I was looking through some patterns, and I found this shawl that was beautiful. And this shawl has a little cable work on the trim of the shawl. So I casted it on, and these are on size US 4. These are my carbon trends still, my go-to set. And I am knitting this up on loops and thread. This is like my new best friend now, loops and thread. I didn't used to be a fingering weight knitter, but since I did a Head of Food Aid and now doing socks, it's like all the yarns I tend to gravitate to now are like a fingering weight. And this yarn, my sister says, is like string, but I love it. I love knitting with it. It's soft, it's squishy, it's everything. So this is the golden yellow color, and I did cast on, and this is my progress on my shawl, and I am so in love with this cabled edge. This cable edge is beautiful, y'all. I can't wait to get it done. I'll have a shawl, and I did something new. The pattern calls for bobbles. I've never knitted a bobble. So when I started the pattern, I was like, what the heck is this? And then as I finished it, it was like, oh, I learned something new. So I got bobbles. I know how to do bobbles now and cables. So that's it so far. I love it. I can't wait to, this is like the true color. I can't wait to get finished with this as well. And that's pretty much it for my knitting projects. So I'm going to move on to talk about my paper earrings. So, yes, I am wearing my own earrings. I made these. These are buttons, pink buttons. Okay, so I had the idea a while back when I was at my Michael's. Hey, I wonder if I can make paper earrings. And I'll show you in the next video of my score on my die cutters. But I needed a die, which is basically, it's this metal, the one that I found was a Martha Stewart metal box, and it has a metal piece in the side, it's plastic on top, and it's like a press. You put your paper in between, and it cuts circles. And I found some little ones as well. So, I wondered if you can use Mod Podge and paper and make earrings. Well, I was successful. I did it. And these are with my small die. And I only paid $1.50 for that small die. And I bought the post at Michael, and my Mod Podge I already had. But these are paper, and it has a finish because I used Mod Podge Dimensional Magic to put over it. And now it's like a hard, I don't want to say plastic, but it's hard, and I don't have to worry about if it gets wet. It's paper. So I glued the post onto the paper onto the post, and then covered it in Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and now I have paper earrings, little studs. So I made like 4 pair, but I only have 2 today. But this is paper. And I'll show you the other set as well. This is paper too. And these are purple. But I am proud of these little paper earrings. They do not look like paper. They kind of remind people of my button earrings. They think they're a button, and I go, no, it's paper. But I'm getting compliments on the paper earrings as well as my button earrings, and I'm very proud of them. So those are my paper earring craft, and here soon I hope to do a tutorial video on paper earrings, so look forward to that. I don't know how soon that'll be when I get a setup of video. And I'm also thinking about doing knitting tutorials and maybe some crochet. I'm going to start off small with that. If you all need like help with things, it'll be good to have tutorial videos out there to learn how to do certain things. So I'm thinking about doing that as well. So that's for the future. And I'll get into what I found at my Michael's yesterday. So just walking around at my Michael's, I went to the clearance section, and I saw this on clearance. And these are knitting needles. They're by Boy, but they're not metal. They're wood. And these are exotic rosewood knitting needles. Let's see. That's that. And then that's what it looks like. Okay, yes, I am covering the label because you see these. And I'm going to take them out. But these are wood. These are size 6 US 4mm knitting needles. And that's the end. They are beautiful. And I saw those and I said I love them and I had to have them. And guess what? I only paid $4.99. But I love a bargain. I'm a bargain girl. I'm a shopper. Well, not a shopper, but I like to find good finds. That's me. So I'm a frugal girl. I love to find things for a good price. And I thought this was the best price for these. These are beautiful. And I'm thinking of casting on a new project just so I can use these needles. So that's pretty much what I've been into, what I'm doing. And that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. I guess that's my time. So I'm going to go. Say so long. See you later, my friends. Okay, enough of the silliness. Thank you for joining me this week. Sorry again for the split in the video. Children. I'm not very serious anyway. But I love you all. I thank you for hanging in there with me, and I hope you'll continue. I'll continue to work on things and show you, and hopefully continue to please you all. So thank you once again for spending time with me, loving me, and I shall talk to you all later. Bye guys, have a good week.